Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Well, we got kind of an exciting project going on right now. If you've been hanging out with us for a little bit, you remember here a few weeks back, we picked up a 1966 Pontiac Catalina. Now, when we got this car, Barbara was kind enough to share some of her family's history with it. Her husband bought the car in 1968. They used it to go to college. They had it when they got married. They started their family with it. They started their farm with it. Shared a bunch of really touching, good stories about the car and how much that car meant to her husband and why he kept the car all these years because of what it meant to him. Now, they had the car stored inside for all these years, and then a few months ago, there was a storm came through. The building that the car was stored in had a bunch of wind damage. Fortunately, the building did not collapse on the car, but there was so much damage that the building was going to have to come down. So they had to do something with the Pontiac. Fortunately, Barbara called me. We worked out a deal. I went and picked the car up, brought it back here, and did a video on it with Barbara where she shared her story. And we also did a video after we rinsed the car off and gave you a good look at it. And to get a little better condition of the car after we got it unloaded, got it rinsed off to see exactly what was and wasn't there. Since the car had been in storage since 1978. Now, Barbara's story and history with the car really brought out a lot of the stuff that of why all of us love cars. Even though they're inanimate objects, they are still very important characters in our lives and what they mean to us and things like that. So, a couple states away, there was a lady named Susan who's also a big Pontiac fan and had always been a huge fan of the 66 Pontiac. She's got a 63 Pontiac and always wanted another 66. Why did she always want another 66? She learned to drive in a 66. Her brother had a 66. A lot of good memories with 66 Pontiacs. She, like I said, she's got a 63, but it always wanted and been looking for another 66. Well, never really come up with one. So a few years back, she bought a 67 Grand Prix and was going to restore that car. Supposed to be a pretty good solid car. However, it had a vinyl top and the roof had rust damage. So she actually bought a roof clip for it. And a few months back, had taken the car to a shop and they were going to start on it and start the restoration. Pull the interior out of it, get ready to swap the roofs, things like that. Kind of somewhere probably around the time that a certain shed blew in central Kansas. So I posted the video with Barbara, then I posted the video of after we had the car cleaned up. And Susan's flipping through the internet and stumbles onto a video of a complete, unmolested, unrestored 66 Catalina that just came out of a shed where it had been stored since 1968. So, kind of weird how things work out. But anyway, the 67 Grand Prix is on the way to me, and there's going to be a 66 Pontiac on the way to Susan. She called me. We talked about the cars. I sent her some extra pictures. She sent me the pictures of the Grand Prix, and she just asked me if she could trade it in because her heart was with the 66 Pontiac. That's what she really wanted. So she agreed to get the car here to swap them out. So I agreed. That's fine. I'll just trade you straight across. You take the 66. You leave me the 67. And then you'll have another 66 Catalina. So she was ecstatic about that. Truck's just about here. We're going to shoot some footage while we're out there doing it. However, we have an insane amount of wind today. So we're not going to have much audio when we're out there showing you the cars. Now, a little later, we'll give you a better look at the Grand Prix. Once we get a little nicer day, get everything done we've got to do right now because we've got to get the transport driver unloaded, reloaded, tied back down, get him back on the road. So it's going to be kind of busy, kind of hectic, but we'll show it to you. You'll get a glimpse of it. We're going to give you a good walk around on the Grand Prix once we get a little time and a little better day where we can, you'll actually be able to hear me. Because like I said, the wind is insane. I think it's at least 30, 40 mile an hour. There are gusts well into the 50 mile an hour winds. So we'll have to see what we can do with that. But there sure isn't going to be a lot of talking. So we'll give you a couple of glimpses of what's going on. But wanted to share the story with you. It's just weird through the power of the internet, through the power of a YouTube video. Barbara's family story and her family car is going to carry on with Susan a few states away. and hopefully have another life, a bright, long future ahead of it. So I've talked about it on here before, and that's one of the cool things about what I do is the circle. You know, helping things come full circle. It's happened before. We had it happen with a '79 Camaro with a Navy guy his mom had lost storage while he was under the ocean on his Camaro, and I found one very similar to it. We were able to work out a deal. So now that him and his sons have another Camaro to work on, kind of a similar thing with this Pontiac. Barbara wasn't going to restore the car, but Susan wants to restore the car. So there again, we're helping things come full circle in people's lives. And that's what's so cool and so much fun about what I do. So like I said, we'll show you some short clips of what's going on as we swap these cars around. But stay tuned. We'll give you a better glimpse of the Grand Prix when we get time and get some better weather. But that's what's going on. Super fun, super excited. Thanks to Barbara. Thanks to Susan. Thanks to everybody that's helped make this happen. And it's a pretty cool deal when part of what I can do can help complete the circle of life, so to speak, bring back memories, and make some things happen for people that are passionate about what we do in the old car world. Even though these cars are inanimate objects, they are such important characters. This Pontiac was a super important character in Barbara and her husband's life as they started their life together and their family and their farm. And now that's going to carry on with Susan as she restores the car and treats it like a classic Pontiac should be treated, and enjoys it and drives it and shows it. So hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned. We'll be bringing you some more on the Grand Prix. Thanks to Susan. Thanks to Barbara to help bring this whole story full circle on this old Pontiac.